Hi my dear students, welcome back to a new session. In the last classes you already learned regarding genetic disorders. Genetic disorders are mainly two types. The first one is Mendelian genetic disorders like autosomal as well as sex linked, and second one is chromosomal disorders. So today topic is regarding chromosomal disorders. Chromosomal disorders, how it is going to form? It is a addition or loss or abnormal arrangement of one or more chromosome in a one individual. It is going to lead chromosomal aberrations. What is? It is addition of one or more chromosomes. One or more chromosomes and or abnormal arrangement of chromosome in a individual is lead to chromosomal disorders. Chromosomal disorder. Okay, right? Chromosomal disorders we can mainly or broadly we can divide into two types. One is aneuploidy, second one is polyploidy. One is aneuploidy, second one is polyploidy. Aneuploidy, in aneuploidy what happened here? Addition of one or more chromosome to the complete set of genome or complete set of diploid genome. So for that what happened? Chromosome number is going to change. First case, that is called as what? Aneuploidy. In second case what happened? Polyploidy. Here the doubling of complete set of the genome in a one cell. So that is called as what? Polyploidy. Let's write it. In aneuploidy it is addition of one or more chromosomes to the diploid setup, diploid chromosome or diploid genome of chromosomes. So such is called as what? Aneuploidy. Very simple. For example, in human how many chromosomes are there? 46 chromosomes are there. 46 we can consider as what? Diploid cell. Simple here, addition or deletion. For example, 2n minus of one chromosome or two chromosome, or 2n plus one chromosomes. So what happened? Now you can 46 is become as, in this case due to the loss of one chromosome is become as 45. In this case due to the addition of chromosome it is become as 47. So these conditions we can call as what? It is aneuploidy. It is aneuploidy. Got the point? Next case, polyploidy. In polyploidy case, complete genome is going to get doubled. In this case, the basic set of chromosomes. The basic set of chromosomes is nothing but genome is get double. So such condition is what? polyploidy. So simple, in this case what happened, like 2n cell is become as 4n cell. Let's see what is the main reason why these aneuploidy as well as polyploidy conditions are formed. For that, you have to just recall the cell cycle knowledge. You have already knowledge regarding cell cycle. What is cell cycle? In cell cycle here, like first, the cells are start at a G1 phase. Next, they are going to complete S phase and later G2 phase. And after they are going to enter into the mitosis phase. Mitosis. And you know already mitosis phases are like prophase, metaphase, anaphase and telophases. Here, due to the failure of anaphase, telophase after completion of cytokinase, after completion of telophase, cytokinesis is occurred, right? Due to the failure of anaphase as well as cytokinesis, which are going to lead aneuploidy as well as polyploidy. Let's see the reason for aneuploidy. Aneuploidy, what is the reason? Here it is a failure of separation or segregation of chromatid during the anaphase, which lead the aneuploidy. Got it? Write the point. It is a failure of segregation or separation of chromatids during anaphase. Okay. So due to that, what happened? Due to that, one or more chromosomes are added or deleted from the genome. So such is going to lead what? Aneuploidy. So this is the reason for aneuploidy. Got it? And second one is what? Second one is polyploidy. What is the reason for polyploidy? How the polyploidy condition is formed? So again, just recall the cell cycle. After completion of telophase, two nucleus are formed. These two nucleus which are present in within the one single cell. So that is called as binucleated condition. Then later what happened? Later cytokinesis division is occurred. Now these two binucleated cells are going to get separated to form of two cells, right? But here, due to the failure of cytokinesis after the telophase, so such is going to lead polyploidy. Okay, write it. It is a failure of cytokinesis. Failure of cytokinesis after telophase. And you know very well, after telophase what happened? After telophase, here this is a cell. After telophase, you can like cell is formed. So such a cell is called as what? Two nucleus are present in within the one cell. It is called as binucleate cell. Binucleate cell. Now here, if this nucleus is contain 20 chromosome and this nucleus is contain 20 chromosome, okay, in diploid cell. Now how many? Now if these two nucleus are not get separated, then become as what? Tetraploidy. So such condition is called as what? Polyploidy. Okay. Due to that, diploid cells are become as tetraploidy cells. Complete whole set is going to get doubled. So such condition is called as what? Polyploidy. Okay, two more questions. Next, aneuploidy it is again divided into major two types based on loss or addition of the chromosome. So first, for example, if the loss of chromosome, how many chromosomes are going to lose? If one chromosome is lost from the basic set of diploid set of genome, that is called as monosomic. If two chromosomes are lost from basic set or diploid set of the genome, it is called as nullisomic. So this is one category. In second, addition of the chromosome to the complete set or diploid genome of the chromosomes. Now here, one addition of the chromosome is called as trisomy. If two chromosomes are additionally added, such is called as tetrasomy. Just look at it here. Aneuploidy, it is again divided into like two types. Here, based on in case of loss or in case of addition. Okay. Here, it is again divided into two types. One is monosomic condition and second one is nullisomic. So these two types is coming under where? Loss of chromosomes. Okay. Next, addition of the chromosome, again divided into two types. One is trisomic condition and next one is tetrasomic condition. Tetrasomic condition. Got it? The definition of monosomic, one more question, sir. What is monosomic? What is monosomic? What you have to write? Loss of one chromosome from diploid genome of the chromosome. That is called as what? Monosomic. Write it. Loss of one chromosome. Loss of one chromosome from diploid genome. From diploid genome number or diploid chromosome. That is called as what? Monosomic. How we are going to indicate? Like diploid genome means what? 2n you have to write. And one chromosome is lost, it means 2n minus 1. Like you have to write. In human, how many chromosomes are there? Like 46 chromosomes minus 1 to form 45 chromosomes. So this is going to lead the genetic disorder. Got the point? Next one, nullisomic. Nullisomic condition, what happened here? Loss of one complete homologous pair. Loss of one complete homologous pair. Loss of one complete homologous pair chromosome from the diploid genome of the cell or chromosome. Then how we are going to indicate here? 2n minus 2. 2n minus 2. It means, for example, here 46 chromosomes are there, minus how many chromosomes are formed? 44 chromosomes are formed. Generally, in this case, humans are not going to survive. So such condition we can notice in only plants. Here, humans are not survived in such condition. Such condition we can notice that nullisomy we can notice only in some plants. Okay. So this is regarding loss of chromosomes or type of aneuploidy. Trisomy condition, addition of one chromosome to the diploid genome of the chromosome or diploid set of the cell. That is called as trisomy condition. Trisomic condition means addition of addition of one chromosome to diploid set of genome. Okay, then how we have to represent, like 2n plus 1. For example, human is containing how many chromosomes? 46, and again one chromosome additionally is added to become as 47 chromosomes. So this is called as what? Trisomy condition. So here some examples are given in the NCERT for trisomy condition, such are Down syndrome as well as Klinefelter syndrome. It is the best example for trisomy condition. Clear? Next one is what? Tetrasomy condition. Here addition of two chromosomes to diploid genome. Then here we have to represent 2n plus 2. It means how many chromosomes completely? 46 plus 2 become as 48 chromosomes are present in one individual. It is going to lead the chromosomal abnormality or disorders. Okay, so this is actually regarding aneuploidy. And after aneuploidy in NCERT they discuss three syndromes are given. The first one is Down syndrome, Klinefelter syndromes and Turner syndromes. Down's syndrome. Okay, Down syndrome, it is an example for trisomic condition. Here addition of one autosomal chromosome, number is 21. So in this case such individuals are containing one extra chromosome number 21. So that is going to lead to what? Down syndrome. So this Down syndrome, it was first noticed by Landon Down in 1866. He was first noticed. So that's why by the name of the scientist it is called as Down's syndrome. The question is here, sir, what is syndrome? We can call it as disease or not? No, you can't call it as a disease, it is a syndrome. Syndrome means it is a group of symptoms or group of variations in within a one individuals. So then only we can call as a syndrome. Disease is what? One particular symptoms, one particular character of one pathogen, that is disease. This is a symptoms. Sorry, this is syndrome. Okay, next. So here the characters are, so such persons are like a very short and round head and tongue is furrow tongue and a small mouth, unopened mouth or small mouth. So these are the actual main symptoms of, and again one large palm. These are the main characters of Down syndrome. Besides of this, here the persons are physically and as well as psychomotor Psychomotor means generally activity, the functions of muscles is controlled by brain. So that is called as psychomotor. Function of muscles are controlled by brain, generally in all spaces. That is called as what? Psychomotor. And physically as well as psychomotor as well as mentally disturbed or mentally retarded persons, these are. Okay, so this condition is called about Down syndrome. Let's see how it is formed. Here male gamete is haploid normal. It is containing how many chromosomes? 23 chromosomes, right? And female, here female gamete is XL. It is also haploid, but it is containing 23 plus 1 chromosome. The gamete is containing total 24 chromosomes. One extra chromosome is 21 chromosome. So that extra chromosome is not get separated during the anaphase of mitosis. So due to that, what happened? 24 chromosomes are formed in XL. Now fusion to form male gamete as well as female gamete to form 46 plus 1 extra chromosome to become as what? 47%, for 47 chromosomes of one individual is formed. Okay. So this is actually regarding what? Down syndromes. Autosomal chromosomal disorder, this one is. Okay. Next disease is regarding given Klinefelter syndrome. Okay, same, it is also example for trisomy condition, but the difference between Down syndrome to Klinefelter syndrome is here extra chromosome is sex chromosome, additional chromosome is a X chromosome, then it going to become as XXY or XXX, like individuals are going to form. The chromosome number of Down syndrome is also 47, Klinefelter also be 47. Got the point? Write it here. Addition of chromosome is, or extra chromosome is sex chromosome. That is one extra X chromosome is going to received by one individual. In such case, what happen? The chances is there to formation of X and XY, like one individual is formed, or in case of female X and X and X. So these conditions are formed. Okay. So generally in these two cases, males as well as females, both are like a sterile condition only. Especially this type of conditions are we can notice in a male. In female, out of 1000, only one female is going to suffer from this type of XXX chromosome, such is called as super female. Okay. Let's see here, these gametes how they are going to form. As usual, male is given like haploid, chromosome number is 23, and female 23 chromosomes, and again containing one extra X chromosome. So then what happened? 46 chromosomes plus one X chromosome. If in case of, if the male is given Y chromosome, it is going to become X and Y. If the male is going given if male is given X chromosome, X and X, like is formed. Okay. So these males are, especially males are going to suffer. The males are, they show the maleness, they look like as a male, as well as female characters also be present. Okay, here abnormal development of male characters as well as gynecomastia. So this is a one special character we can notice in such a Klinefelter male. Gynecomastia means here excess development of breast in male. Excess development of breast in male is called as what? Gynecomastia. One more question is very important. Okay, so this is general characters of Klinefelter syndrome as well as Down syndrome. Next, one more syndrome is Turner syndrome. So in this case, it is the best example for monosomic condition, loss of one chromosome, not autosome, sex chromosome. So especially what happen in females, loss of one X chromosome is going to lead X0 conditions are formed. So such abnormality, chromosomal abnormality is called as what? Turner syndrome. Let's write the characters. Turner syndrome. First point, what you have to write? Turner syndrome is an example for which one? Monosomic condition. So what happened in this case? 2n minus 1 we have to write. So which chromosome is lost here? Sex chromosome. One of the sex chromosome from female is going to lose. It is going to lead become 46 minus 1 chromosome become 45 chromosome. What you have to write? X0 condition, females are formed. Okay. Now such condition is called as what? Turner syndrome or Turner syndrome chromosomal disorder. So in this case, the females are mostly sterile in condition, rudimentary ovaries. The ovaries are not going to perform well, they are not going to produce ovule, so that's become sterile. The female is sterile. Not only one character, beside of syndrome or number of characters, the individuals also do not show secondary sexual characters. Now we entire information we discussed, what the given in the NCERT, the complete information we had discussed. The chapter is completed. But in updated NCERT book, in some books they given regarding sex determination in honeybees, and one extra disease also given, that is thalassemia. So I am going to discuss these two extra concepts also, then the chapter is going to 100% going to complete. So this chapter is already completed, but in updated NCERT they given regarding sex determination in honeybees. It is already we discussed in 11th class also during the cell cycle and cell division. Okay, let's recall the one more time. In honeybee, sex determination is by number of set of chromosomes or received by individual. Okay, especially in sex determination of honeybees, the sex is determination by what the number of sets is received by one individual. So that is going to decide the sex. Okay, for example, in honeybees, females are formed after fertilization. Male and female gametes both are going to fuse to form zygote. Zygote is become as female. Gamete, which one? Male sperm cell plus egg cell to form zygote, it become as one female honeybee is formed, that we can call as queen. It is what? Queen. First. And second case here, males. The males are formed without fertilization. Before the fertilization, males are formed. How they are going to form? The egg cell, unfertilized egg cell, it is directly developed as zygote and become as one individual, that is male. That you already discussed, that is parthenogenesis concept. Here males are formed without fertilization. Okay, how they are going to form? From egg cell. Egg cell is which in condition? Haploid in condition. So this egg cell is directly undergoes some mitosis divisions to become as act as zygote, and it become as one male individual. Male honeybees are going to form. Worker males are going to form. Okay. Next, here these males containing haploid set of chromosomes. Single N, and females are containing diploid set of chromosomes. Females are consist diploid set of chromosomes. Okay. So such a type of sex determination we can call as haplodiploid sex determination. If it is haploid male, if it is diploid female, so that's why it is called as what? Haplodiploid sex determination. It is called haplodiploid sex determination. Okay. So in this case, the males do not have father, so that's why they do not going to produce sons. But the males have grandfather as well as grandsons. In this case here, males do not have father, they have only mother. So due to that, they are not going to produce sons. They are not produce sons, but they have grandfather. But they have grandsons. Okay. So let's see, for example, cross here. Honeybee, the total number of chromosomes are 32 generally. Okay. Let's take a cross, for example, here female, diploid number, the total number of chromosomes are 32. It is undergoes meiotic division to produce haploid egg cells. It is also haploid condition, it is also haploid condition. So this haploid egg cell is not fertilized, then become as what? Male. it is parthenogenesis to become as what? Males. Next, so these egg cells are here, one female is there, sorry, one male, one more male, it is already haploid. Here the point is the male is produce the gametes by mitosis division, not by the meiotic division. Mitosis division takes place to form sperm cells, which are also haploid. Haploid means how many? 16. Okay. Now what happened? This 16 egg cell, 16 chromosome containing egg cell and these sperm cells both are fused. So this is called as fertilization to form female. Okay. Now formation of all females are not going to fertile, some fertile as well as some sterile. It is based on, depend upon feed. If they feed royal jelly at the time of larva stage, they become as fertile female. If they feed on pollen grain, they become as sterile female. Okay. So this is actually a female. So males we can call as what? Drones. Males are fertile. Okay. So this is actually sex determination in honeybee. Next, the last subtopic of this chapter is thalassemia disease. Thalassemia, it is an example for autosomal recessive genetic disorder. And here the disease is transmitted from parents to children. Here the parents should be, two parents should be heterozygous in condition. It means they act as a carriers. It is a blood disease. It means here hemoglobin containing beta chain as well as alpha chain. The chain synthesized genes are mutated. So that's why sufficient amount of beta chain containing hemoglobin, alpha chain containing hemoglobins are not synthesized, and it is going to lead the anemia. Okay. And here thalassemia is mainly two types. One is alpha thalassemia as well as beta thalassemia. Simple, in beta thalassemia, beta chain of globin synthesized genes are mutated. So the production of beta chain is reduced. That is called as beta thalassemia. In alpha thalassemia, alpha chain of hemoglobin produced or synthesized genes are mutated. So that's why alpha chain production is decreased. It is called as alpha thalassemia. Okay. Then let's write the points. Thalassemia. The first point is what? It is the best example for autosomal recessive disorder. Okay. It is also like as blood disorder. Next, the disease is transmitted from heterozygous parents. When the disease is transferred, when the two parents should be carrier. In such case only a recessive disease is formed, right? And here it is a blood disease. Blood disorder means here generally hemoglobin. It is contained two chains. One is alpha chain, one is beta chain. Where the mutation is occurred, this alpha chain synthesis as well as beta chain synthesis genes are mutated. So these chains synthesized genes are mutated. Genes are mutated. So that going to lead thalassemia. Here, based on that, thalassemia is again divided into two types. One is alpha thalassemia. Second one is beta thalassemia. Right? In alpha thalassemia, what happened? Alpha chain synthesized genes are mutated. So that's why it is called as what? Alpha thalassemia. And one more point. Here in alpha thalassemia, here two genes are responsible. Two genes are responsible for production of alpha hemoglobin. So that is HbA1 and HbA2. So these two genes which are responsible for production of alpha chain hemoglobin, which are located on chromosome number 16. If these two genes containing how many alternate forms? 4. So these 4 genes, if these 4 genes are mutated, then it is going to lead what? Less amount of production of alpha chain synthesis. It is called as alpha thalassemia. Next one is beta thalassemia. In this case, what happened? Beta chain synthesized genes are mutated. So due to that, what happened? Beta chain production is gradually decreased. Quantity is decreased. So it is called as what? Beta thalassemia. Right? And but here it is controlled by only one gene, that is hemoglobin B1, HB1, which is located on chromosome number 11. Here the mutations, here the alternate form is, two alternate form is here, so we can two genes. Here the mutation occurred on these two genes, which is going to lead beta thalassemia. Okay, right? Next, so at the last, the hemoglobin is abnormal hemoglobin. At the last, the hemoglobin beta chain as well as alpha chain, less amount of synthesis is formed. Okay, and become as abnormal, and it is lead anemia. So such type of RBC are also unable to carry sufficient amount of oxygen. Okay, so this is regarding what? Thalassemia disease. Then what is the major difference in between thalassemia disease to sickle cell anemia? In sickle cell anemia, beta globin chains are formed, but what happened here? Improper, in place of glutamic acid, valine amino acid, improper beta chains are formed. But in this case, what happened? The production quantity of beta chain, quantity of alpha chain is decreased. So this is actual difference between thalassemia to sickle cell anemia. What is the treatment? What have to do? Frequently blood should be changed. So this is information regarding thalassemia. So now we already discussed updated NCERT information also we discussed. Now the chapter is completed. Okay, thank you all of you.